Hey guys, Desolate Magic here. I just want to make a quick video. I was going to explain like how all the distribution on this works, but some people are like way into that. They love the peek behind the curtain, but then some people aren't. So I thought I'll just stick to the headline here. A whole bunch of stores are having a whole bunch of problems with Magic products. You're probably thinking, well, yeah, I've heard of that. There's 4 major categories that people do that are all really bad. One is manipulating the product on the shelf. So there are like sports cards where you can search them. You can kind of feel them, weigh them. You like run your fingers down with a bunch of pressure, and then you feel for like an indent, and then oh, that'll be the card with the hole in it that has like a chopped up piece of a jersey and that kind of stuff. So that doesn't apply to Magic cards, but people will search the products on the shelves and buy only the ones that are valuable. I know somebody who does it personally. He can make a couple $100 in a day. And he said, like, at most Walgreens and stuff, the staff don't even know what he's doing. He's just, he'll stand around, he'll come back, whatever. He'll do it as quick as possible. And if they kick him out, they kick him out, whatever. He'll just be like, I don't know, I'm looking at what I want to buy, whatever. And he'll just leave. Can't really charge him with anything. Oh, you're touching the packs. Well, prove that I was manipulating them. Or is there a rule against that? I'm choosing which one to buy by feeling them. Like, yeah, it's shady. So yeah, searching stuff. Then you've got Magic products where they'll just cut it open and replace it, or steal the contents and leave the shell on there. So basically just like theft, or just outright theft, putting it in your pocket, obviously. So searching, manipulation, theft, and then scams, return scams, where you're like, well, I know you don't have a return policy unless it's sealed, but it is sealed, see? And they're like, I don't know, it looks sealed to me. Like, they don't know. And then really you resealed it and put garbage cards in it. They put it back on the shelf, then it gets returned again, and then they're like, oh, this is weird. So those are like the 4-ish major problems that these big retailers face. We're talking Target, Barnes & Nobles used to carry this stuff, CVS, Walgreens, Meijers, Target, Walmart, I don't remember which ones I already said. And people, they do think they can get away with it, and obviously it's worse in bigger cities. I never figured out why crime is like higher even from a percentage standpoint in big cities. I have a theory that if you're a criminal and you're just a terrible person, that you're too, like, you don't have your shit together enough to have a car, and so you can walk everywhere in a city. Usually generally responsible, fiscally responsible people with good credit scores eventually buy a house, and then city people generally live in apartments along with the other people who can't get their shit together, have a criminal record, or have terrible credit, mostly due to their own decisions. So irresponsible, terrible people, and then the apartments, and then they go there, and then they can walk places, and well, there you go. That's my theory. I don't know if anybody knows why it really happens worldwide. I'd love to know. But anyway, yeah, in these wonderful larger cities, it's even worse. People, one, the population density is higher, so if 1% of people are willing to go try to rip off, Magic products, well, there you go. That's going to be a lot of people. But 2, generally a lot more criminals live in these cities. So I've got some reports coming out of some bigger cities, and the big one today is from MTGRocks.com. They posted a little like cell phone shot of a Walmart notification that was left for, I guess, like the stocking staff or the distributor or whatever. I think it's MJ Holdings who stocks the Walmart like TCG products or something like that. It's like a separate one from like the major 5 that stock every other place, like all your local gaming stores. So it is really kind of its own world. But like I said, I'm not going to get into that. So they left a little like letter. I'm just going to read it. It's on the official Walmart letterhead. It says, "Attention trading cards vendors. The trading card categories have been removed from the sales floor." So just that section is gone. That's wild. I read that and I'm like, I've read less harsh ones than this, but they're basically deciding not to sell it. They're saying, hey, if you show up with a shipment of these, turn around and take it right back. Although the thing is, they didn't specify that. They just say it's been pulled from the sales floor. So what, they're going to sit on them in the back and decide what to do? Or they're waiting for word from management? Or they're going to send them to other stores? Or like they're still deciding? Or I don't know, it seems like a bit of a knee-jerk reaction, especially at a Walmart where these stores aren't owned, they're managed. They are owned by Walmart. It's not a franchise where you're like, I'm going to drop $250,000 and open a Burger King. I own the building and I own the business. I just get, my stuff from them and I pay a franchising fee. No, Walmart doesn't work that way. They are owned by the central office. They just have a head manager and they manage it. They have no interest in it, and all they get is their salary. So I don't think there's even bonuses or anything. I don't know. It's just, so they're super checked out, but at least they've been having such problems with theft, manipulation, all the stuff I just mentioned, that apparently they're just like, no, we're done. I'm done with this. I'm done with dealing with this. It's a problem. I'm solving the problem. That's my job. Yeehaw. Yeah, I might be reading between the lines a little bit, but I've talked to some of these people. I know people who used to work at like Shopcos and stuff. I've heard descriptions of the discussions, the different mitigation techniques, that kind of stuff. So anyway, it goes on to say, they've been removed from sales floor, and sales of these items have been suspended due to inappropriate customer behavior and increased demand. So it's both. People kind of showing up at 8 a.m. at open or whatever, and then just bolting like it's Black Friday every day when they get insider information from, the night stalking people. And then they just mad dash and get in fistfights over who gets what. I mean, I'd just be like, well, looks like we're both smart. Split it 50-50. Cool. Clear the shelf. Let's go. But then again, I live in an area that's fairly civil, kind of. I mean, I live in a shitty area of the area, but let's just say I don't live in a 10 million person big city with just nothing but, let's be honest, Democrats and criminals around every corner, and nobody doing anything about it. Oh, except for giving them free money, food stamps, and, government assistance to buy their cigarettes. That'll help the problem go away, right? Oh, then make sure only the criminals have guns, too. It's a really good strategy. It's really working in every city. Just kidding. It's doing the opposite. The cities with the worst gun laws are the ones with the highest crime rates. It's almost like there's a connection. Anyway, they said, please do not stock these items until further direction from management has been given. Questions and comments can be directed to the management team. Thank you, store management. So they're like, do not put these on the floor. That's just open-ended. Where do you put them? Just put them in the back, put them in the small warehouse at the back of the store that doesn't really exist anymore because they use the JIT system. What are they supposed to do? Take them back? I mean, I don't know. What's the procedure there? And then they didn't specify. They're just like, we don't want them. We're not selling them. You deal with it, is what I got out of this. So they have eliminated it. They basically, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, they have been kicked out of Walmart because of inappropriate customer behavior and increased demand. So too much of a hassle for them to deal with their limited security staff and, whatever. Here's the thing, in my area, which, if I at least drive a couple miles, in a certain direction, we'll be on the nice side of town at the nice Walmart or the nice Shopko, the nice Walgreens. If I drive far enough, I can get to a Meijers, actually, believe it or not. But, the last time I was at a Meijers, and actually I saw the sign when we were in Michigan at the Meijers, too. The first one that I saw said, no loitering in this area. So that was their solution, is just, hey, we're on to you. We know what's going on. We know the hustle. We know the scam. We know what people are doing. If we see you standing in the trading card section too long on the cameras or with staff passing by, we are going to say something. We're going to tell you to leave or make up your mind quicker. Or bare minimum, keep an eye on you. And now a lot of people know this, and I think this is very controversial. I don't agree with this at all, just in principle. A lot of people know that at Target and Shopko specifically, I believe maybe Walmart, about $50 to $100. If somebody's stealing something right in front of you that is lower than that, you're not supposed to stop them because it's not worth the staff time, the police, whatever. It's mostly the police roll up and then they see a police officer filling out a crime report and talking to the staff, and that's going to make 10 more people not shop there because you'd be like, wow, the police are here all the time. Must be a dangerous place full of criminals. Yeah, people are stupid like that. I mean, it's not like there was a damn robbery with a gun where they held up all 25 aisles, 2 of which were open. It's shoplifting. Great. People shoplift there. Not really your problem. Not a safety issue. I mean, other than you're surrounded by criminals. But it's not worth the damage to the image. It's not worth the liability or the staff tackled me and I broke my face and that was excessive and that wasn't, this and that, and the staff gets charged and then they have to get fired. Then there's an insurance claim. That just, to them, that's not worth $50 to $100. If they're trying to steal something above $100, yeah, tackle them, stop them, whatever. I recommend pepper spray. You ain't walking or driving away with pepper spray in your face, okay? Every single security guard should have pepper spray. In fact, all of you right now should pause this video and look up on YouTube shoplifters pepper spray compilation. There's a lot of them. Oh, and then this one Brazilian guy, he trained a rabbit to scratch off lottery tickets. Get it? With a rabbit's foot, but live attached to the rabbit. He trained him to scratch it. Amazing video. There's a lot of content out there better than my channel. Monkeys reacting to magic tricks. That one video has double the views of my entire channel. Anyway, guess what? Shoplifters know that if they put a $10 item in their pocket, they're not going to get stopped by staff unless the staff is, me, and they're going to be like, you know what? Screw the rules. Oops, I must have misseen. I thought he was stealing something expensive. Oopsie doopsie. I would take it personally. I really would. Even if I don't own it, if I just work there, hell, if I don't work there and I see somebody stealing something, I once stopped a shoplifter at a gas station, and I didn't even like the owner or the staff there. I just don't like criminals even more. Oh, and he was stealing 2 beers. which is really, if you added up a total value of, I don't care, I hate shoplifters. It's a principle thing. If you tell people you can get away with this crime, then they're going to get away with this crime. And look at people looting during riots. Look at, the level of crime and, muggings and thefts and stuff that happened during like Hurricane Katrina, when literally, the cops cannot show up because they're not there. Well, then it's a free-for-all. I mean, even just opportunistic people who wouldn't normally consider themselves criminals, let alone ex or former or, current criminals, yeah, they're going to take advantage of the situation because there are no consequences. It's just like why everybody's an asshole on the internet, because there's no consequences. It's anonymous. I'm not going to see that person in a Modern Warfare 3 lobby again. I'm going to call them whatever the hell I want based on their wonderful skills and how badly they screwed up the team's score. I have no reason to be nice. It's not going to come back to me. You really do need like the criminal justice system hanging over people's heads as a chilling effect. So that's why I don't agree with them not stopping these people. But now, I mean, look at the price of some of these Magic products. I mean, I just paid $30 just to see kind of what it was and how it was packaged to buy one like very large cardboard box that allegedly said it contained one Strixhaven collector's booster. And I'm like, that's interesting. I mean, 30 times 12, a box ain't 360, but they were like, what, 250 last I checked? So it's not that far off. And I thought, okay, let's just see this for a packaging perspective. My God, is it a waste of packaging? You got the outer plastic, you got like a box, you get an inner box, and then they present it like it's in a damn museum. Like, here's your one pack. Dude, the box is like 8 inches by 8 inches and weighs like 10 ounces. I bought it just to tell you guys about it. Also, I pulled about $30 worth of cards from it, so hey. But like, man, you steal a couple of those, you're over the $50 limit real quick. So like, stores are starting to get wise to this. They're starting to warn people, starting to keep their eyes on these sections. Or if it gets bad enough, they just completely boot it out. And if you've been to like Walmart's in the hood, they've got everything theft-worthy under lock and key. I mean, they got, obviously ammo because that's just what they do. But then, like, Gillette razors, which if you still buy from those, racist, sexist douchebags. Laundry detergent, expensive, like $50 a month allergy meds or, just that kind of stuff. They keep it under lock and key and you got to go get a staff member to open it so that they can personally make sure you don't stick it in your pocket, which then you just go down the aisle and do it anyway. So it's mostly security theater to be like, ooh, I look at this place. I can't steal from this place. They're wise to me. They're on the lockdown. But in some cases, they just get rid of it. I mean, like, I've heard of stores getting rid of, like, 10 years ago, like, really expensive high-capacity SD cards because they're so small. They had such an issue with theft. They're just like, fine, you want them? Like, go online or have it order shipped to store, and then we'll just pick it up. We can't afford to put this on the, on the floor. It would be like $100 for a 128 gig, and somebody would just like, whoop, pocket. Well, a lot of those scanners on the way out that scan the RFIDs, a lot of them are fake. Not that people don't know how to go into the bathroom, remove the, little security RFID tag and then walk out. So it's a constant battle with like, is it worth it for us to enforce this? Or, okay, people are going to steal whatever. We're going to lose 1%. Let's just build it into the price. Well, Walmart, Target, Shopko, all of them are like, let them steal up to 100. We'll just charge the non-criminal customers 1% more and pay our staff 1% less. And that'll cover all the theft losses. Like literally, that's their, it's just a bottom line. It's a number thing. I don't care if somebody's stealing a 99-cent Pepsi, tackle them. Charge them, get them arrested. You need to stop all shoplifters to send them a message that they're not welcome and that you're not going to stand for it. And then guess what you get? No problems with shoplifting. So their solution is, well, we're just going to pull them off the shelves. So yeah, I got a picture from a Meijers somewhere that said something different than like the actually two that I've seen. It was like I said, the one I saw was like, we're watching you, don't loiter here. Another one said like, high demand or like new release or whatever trading card or just some trading card products have been moved to the electronics counter, like behind the cage, because they got like all the, $1,000 iPads behind lock and key. And you just, there's a person at the counter and you tell them I want one of these and then they unlock it and give it to you, $1,000 laptops and stuff. So they moved them to that area and they'll give them to you as needed so that you can't just do whatever you want with them open on the shelf. Okay. I mean, that's better than pulling them. But that's staff time, and those places aren't staffed 24/7. A lot of times you get, pissed off customer where they hit the little ring for assistance and then wait 5 minutes, nobody shows up, hit it again, and then somebody rushes over, oh, sorry, I was in the back, we're short staffed, blah, 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 whatever. More like the place is too cheap to properly staff the area. And it's just the whole thing. Who wants to wait that long? People are extremely impatient. They got stuff to do. They're not going to wait that long for something they could just take off the shelf before. So they're just not going to buy it. And then you're stuck with it. So I think what the end of it said was like, you can get one per person or something. Then somebody else, the same news article posted one at Target, which apparently there's a Target still open somewhere. I thought they fully got woke, went broke already for letting, sexual predators follow women into the changing rooms. I hope they're still enjoying that boycott because it's still going on. Anyway, this one looks like it says to ensure the safety of our guests and team members and the fair distribution of high demand items, all MLB, NBA, NFL, and Pokemon cards. And then they put this in the middle of the Magic the Gathering section, so I would assume also Magic the Gathering cards, $20 and above, will be sold on Fridays at 8 a.m. on a first-come, first-served basis. Oh, and the Meijers one said, like, behind the electronics counter. So I assume the Target one, maybe they just have, like, a cart full of them and then a staff member standing there being like, here's your one, here's your two, or whatever, limit X per customer. And I believe the Meijers one said it's limit one per customer. But I have a feeling if you're the only person who shows up, I think that one was like Friday at noon or something. If you're the only one who shows up and it's a high demand product and the person's just like, I don't care, here, take 3 of them, whatever, But boy, I could see 12 people lining up for a hot new release that's valuable that you could flip online instantly, and only having 10 and the last 2 people getting a little heated or trying to steal from each other's carts or something, or just getting pissed off and causing a scene, being a greedy, entitled, abusive asshole to the staff for no reason. So just look at the number of different chains that are all having problems with really all of this stuff, anything hot. Some are choosing to just change how they distribute it, but they still want to sell it because it's a hot product. But remember, it's a hot product and there's theft and manipulation and scams. It's both. They're having problems with both. Not just, somebody shows up at 8 a.m., buys all of it, and gets in a fist fight with the person behind them. That's why this Walmart posted, we're going to get rid of it completely. That's why the title of this video is, all retail very soon might be dropping all Magic products because it's just not worth the headaches, the scams, the just everything, just the loss of money. It's just, we're making money because it's a hot product, but then we're losing money because of this, and this. So I think a lot of them are just going to be like, it's not worth the hassle. We're dropping all trading cards because you know what? There's specialty stores that sell them cheaper anyway, and they know it. And plus they're competing with online prices, and they know it. And the only time people tend to come in is to, one, be a scammer or be a criminal and do something that won't cost face value, or they show up and only buy the hot products that they know they can scalp or flip online. And then the really crappy products, they get stuck with them, and then they gotta get authorization from the distributor to put them on clearance, I think, or something. It's like this whole mess. It's just not worth the headaches. And if you add up the total amount of money in the grocery section of Walmart and then just the Magic the Gathering department, yeah, it's pretty valuable, but I mean, it's 0.01% probably compared to what they sell in, electronics, groceries, clothing, kitchen supplies, home goods. I mean, it's just not that big, So to a lot of staff, and I've been hearing this from people who worked shelf stocking management, they heard from the management, they are the management at places like this, big chain stores, that they're considering taking drastic actions like just not carrying them anymore. And then we got this one Walmart saying, no, we're done with it. And if, central corporate is like, hey, we just got notified, why did you do this? And they're like, because this, and this, here's the numbers, here's what we did, here's how it improved it. They might say, you know what? All of our inner city ones, we're pulling these products. And then they'll look at the sales volumes in places with less population density and be like, you know what? We don't even make that much. We're just going to pull them completely. I don't think that would be that bad for the community. It would probably help the community because nobody respects these stores. If you're going to buy something online versus you're going to buy it at Walmart, both places are awful. They don't really support the game in any way, and you can't play at Amazon.com or Walmart, the store. They could still ship them directly to you digitally with all their little online, we're pretending to be Amazon, but we got in 10 years too late platforms. Where it's all third-party vendors and they pretend it's not. It's just a glorified eBay. I mean, they could do that. They could resort to that. So I think we're going to see potentially the end of the walk-in on the shelf, trading card anything at these big chain stores. And like I said, I equate shopping online for Magic products and shopping at Walmart to buy Magic products is the same thing, except you're a dumbass because you're paying more. There's no benefit. There's no good to it. They might as well remove them all. I mean, who cares? So to the people saying, but I only live by a Walmart. Well, then buy them online. And if you're 13, I don't know, give your mom cash and use their debit card. Hell, you could walk into the Walmart, buy a prepaid Visa yourself, activate it with cash, and then buy it online yourself. I mean, it's 2021. You could probably find a store online that sells Magic products for Bitcoins. Or, well, a cryptocurrency that doesn't have a $25 transaction fee. And why would you pay 30, 40, 50% more just because, I can walk in? You have to drive to do that. You don't even have to leave your house to buy them online. So it's if you're not going to participate in the local gaming store ecosystem, then at least save yourself some money. Say a good riddance. I don't care. And plus, remember, every time somebody steals a bunch of Magic cards and then sends them into the economy, that like tanks the economy because they're willing to sell it for less because their margin is 100% or infinity. I forget how margins work. Okay, their profitability, the profit margin is cannot divide by 0. There, that's the official answer. So yeah, just wanted to warn people. I mean, I've been hearing about this for the last like year or two with policies changing, signs going out, stuff going behind lock and key, restrictions, outright bans, basically. And this is the worst I've seen is lately this statement from Walmart. So, yeah. So let me know what you guys think. Is there a downside I'm not thinking of? I guess it was a place to go get BFC, fat packs. That's the last thing I bought there because I knew that the price would be, let's be honest, wrong. Like, in accordance with market trends, they don't tend to price them up and down, even though the product kind of demands that. So I guess that's a benefit to the community if you can be the first one there, but, well, there goes that. So, whatever. Okay. But yeah, I have no respect for Target as a company or Walmart as a company for various reasons. Other places, I mean, Meijers, I'm sure they're lovely. They're actually pretty good. They treat their employees pretty well. So, I mean, will they start going like the Costco route? I think they don't sell any Magic products or TCG stuff at all. They just were like, nah, we don't want to get into that. Too much drama. What are your thoughts? Leave them down below. Otherwise, just want to let people know what's going on if you start seeing them disappear from your local store. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.